Hello friends, welcome to Codecrush Coding. In this video, we are going to build a calculator using a C++ program. So I have already created a demo calculator.cpp file. Let me run this code and show you what we are going to develop in this video. So here we have this title, Simple Console Calculator. So here we have different operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So first we will ask the user to enter the operator. Let's say the user has entered subtraction. Okay. So I entered here subtraction, then hit the enter button. There is asking for enter the first number. Let's enter 9. Then enter. Then enter the second number. So let's say I enter here 10. Now the result should be 9 minus 10, right? So we got the output here as result 9 minus 10 is equal to minus 1. So in this way, we need to develop the code for building a calculator using C++ program. So as I have shown this output here, so this is my code which is already written here. So let's develop this code and understand the importance of each line here. So I will create a new file. So I will create here a new CPP file. Let's say calculator.cpp. So this is my file here. Now first thing I need to do is include the header files. So I will include the header files here. Hash include. So here we will get the suggestions also, right? This is the advantage of using an editor. So I got the option here include. Then I include here the IO streams for in and cout statements. So I included the IO stream. Also I will have the library file here namespace standard. So I will say here using namespace standard. After that I need to write the main function from where the C++ execution will start, right? So I will say here int main. So this is my function, open and curly brackets, and in the last I need to say here return 0. So we already know what is the importance of this statement, right? So we have already seen our first C++ video where we have covered the importance of each line. So we know that we need to return here a 0 because this is the return type here. So we are not going to return anything. That's why we are saying here return 0. So this is a basic code. Now, if you remember what we need to do here, we need to declare variables. So let's first declare a variables. So I will declare the variables of type float. So I need to include the decimal numbers also. So that's why I'm including here the data type as float. So let's say float number 1 and number 2. So these are my two variables to take the input for number 1 and number 2. Also, I will need one more variable. Why I will need one more variable? To accept the character that user want to perform, right? Character means addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, which operation the user wants to perform. So that will be of type char. So this is my data type here char because it will be single character, right? He will enter plus, minus, multiplication or division. So that's why I'm saying here char. And what it will do, it will select the operation. So that's why I'm naming the variable as operation. So these are my variables here. Now I need to take the input from the user. So I will write here a cout statement, cout, and let's print the message here, enter operator, and let's provide the operators that will be available in this code. So I will provide the operator as plus, minus, multiplication, and lastly I will provide here division. So these are my four operations and I will take the input from the user. So this message will be printed on the console. After that I need to accept the value which is entered from the user. So I will make use of cin and here I need to get the value inside this operation variable. So I will say cin operation. This task is done now. I have taken the input from the user that which operation the user needs to perform. Once this is done, I need to take the input for the two numbers. So let's also write the logic or the code for it. So I will say a cout. I will say here enter first number. Once I take the first number, Then I will store it inside this variable C in number 1. Now I need to write the same statement for number 2. So I will copy the statement, paste it here. I will say here enter second number, and this will be stored inside the number 2. I hope till here everyone is clear, right? There is no confusion. So basically we have just taken the input from the user. After that, what we need to do, whatever is being provided in this operation, whether plus, minus, multiplication or division, accordingly we need to perform the operation. Let's say user has entered minus, so we need to perform subtraction. If user has entered division, then we need to do the division. So how we can do this? So we can do this with the help of switch statement. So this is the syntax for switch statement. So we need switch statement to select one of many code blocks to be executed. So in our case, there are 4 case blocks or 4 code blocks. First one is addition, then subtraction, multiplication and division. So inside this switch block, we need to provide different cases. And switch case needs the expression. So basically here the expression will be the operator variable that we are going to use. Because in the operator variable, we will have the different cases like plus, minus, multiplication, division. So accordingly, we will create the cases, then provide the logic. And then after every case, we need to make use of a break keyword. So why we need a break keyword? Because if we don't use the break keyword, then what will happen? All the remaining cases will also be executed. So I will show you in the demo how it works. And lastly, we will write the default case also. So we will also understand why we need this default case. So let's start with the switch statement here. So now we have taken the operator and both the numbers, right? So here I will say switch. Inside this switch, I will pass the operation. Operation is the variable name here. And here the starting and ending of the switch block. And then we will pass our first case. So let's say first case is the addition. Basically, this is a character, right? This is a character because we are accepting that inside a char data type variable. So char variable we should enclosed in a single quote, right? So here I will say plus. So if the user enters plus, then we need to provide the colon also. Then what we need to do, I will give you here a tab. We need to do addition. So basically num1 plus num2. So I will directly print here cout, and then I will first print num1. Okay. And then I will print here plus to display. I will have some space. Then I will say here num2. Then I will provide here a equals to, and then finally I will add them. So here I need to say num1 plus. So basically our variable name is number1. So I will say a number1 plus number2. And this is what we need to provide here. I have provided here num1. So that is a mistake because our variable name is number1. So I will say a number1, and here I will say number2. Here I will say number2. So this is our code here, number1 plus number2. And after that, I need to say here break. Let's say we don't provide a break. Let's see what will happen. So I will provide here a case 2. So basically case of subtraction. And again, the same thing we need to do. Just the operation will be different. So I will copy this statement. Let's paste it here. And instead of number1 plus number2, I need to say number1 minus number2, and also in the display that will be printed on the console, I need to make it subtraction, right? After that, we will go with case for multiplication. If the user has entered this particular symbol, then I need to do multiplication, right? So paste the statement. So I will say a number1 into number2 is equal to here also multiplication. And the fourth case that we want is for division, case 4 or case of division. So let's say division here, and then we will have here a logic for division. So number1 divided by number2, and actually number1 divided by number2 will happen here. So these are my 4 statements. So we have also seen in the switch there was a default case. let's say we don't write the default case here. Okay, we just write the for case, and also we haven't provided any break keyword also. So this is what we have done here. So let's try to run this code till now. What will happen? Let's see. So let's save this code, run the code. Okay. So we got the message here enter operator because this is what the first cout statement that we have. So let's say I have written here minus. So basically subtraction will be done, right? So we got the message now enter first number. So let's enter 50 and enter second number. Let's say 25. Okay. We got some message here, right? So let's see what is happening here. When we have entered the number 2 and we have entered the operation here as minus, so here it will go. Then it will check which case it will match. So as we have entered here minus, so this will be ignored, right? Because this is not the minus. This will be executed. Then it should print number 1 minus number 2. So here you could see it's printing number 1 minus number 2. So 50 minus 25, it's printing 25 here. After that, what it's doing, as it is going to the next case, even if it is not matching, still it is executing it because we haven't provided here a break keyword. So that is the use of break keyword. Whenever the case is matched, in this case the minus is matched, it will also execute all the cases which are written below this case. So it's also executing multiplication. So it's saying 50 into 25, which is 1250. After that, it's also executing division. So you could say 50 divided by 25 is giving 2. If I run this code again, now it's asking again enter operator. Now in this case, what I will do, I will say a plus. So what will happen now? It will match the case. So this case will be matched because this is the plus addition one. After that, it will execute all the statements below that. So now it will execute all 4. Let me show you. So if I say a plus, then enter first number, let's say 10, enter second number 2. So see, 10 plus 2, 12, then 10 minus 2, 8, then 10 into 2, 20, then 10 divided by 2, 5. So if you don't provide a break, it will execute all the cases, okay, below that. Now let's put the break also. So we have understood the use of it. So I will say here break for all the cases. So let me copy this, paste it in all 4 cases, and lastly we will provide the break for our division case also. So these are all we have. And now let's run this code again to check. Now if I say here plus, then only plus case should be executed. If I say here enter first number 10, enter second number 3, now you could see only the addition case is executed. Now if I run this code again, and let's say we check for the multiplication now or division, let's check multiplication. Let's check here multiplication. Let's say 2 and 5. See, 2 into 5, 10. We are getting the output and only that case is being executed which has been entered by the user. Now let me show you the use of the default case. So if I run this code again, and let's say we have said here the enter operator plus minus multiplication and division, but here user enters some different operator. Let's say I provide here a modulus operator. If I click on enter, then it's asking for the first number, let's say 12, enter second number 6. Now there is no output in this case, right? The code has been executed now, but we haven't got any output. Why we didn't got any output? Because there is no case which is matching the modulus operator, right? So we need to have a default case. So if none of the case matches, then we can make use of a default case. So I will make use of a default here. So we need to say default keyword and then the colon, and here we will print a message. Let's print a message as cout, cout, and we will say here error operator or the operation is not correct. Operation is not correct. So this is what we will print here. Let's save this code and check if our default is working fine. If I run this code now, let's enter the modulus operator again. Enter first number 12, enter second number 6. So see, we are getting the message here now, error operation is not correct. So this is the use of a default case. All our operations are working fine now. So you can practice this code and try to implement on your own. Another thing I need to do here is, let me run this code, and let's say I entered here the division 1, division. Now enter first number, let's say 12, enter second number is 6. So this is giving me the output 2. So basically this gives me the quotient. So this is correct, right? Now again, if I try to do this operation division, and let's say I provide first number 4 and second number I provide here 0, then what will happen? So it's saying INF. So basically whenever you divide it by the number with 0, it is not possible, or it will give the answer as infinity. But if you don't want this particular output, you want to handle that particular case, then what you can do here, in the case of division, you can check whether number 2 is 0 or not. Okay, so what we will do here, we will have here a if case. If one number 2 is not equal to 0, is not equal to 0, if that number is not equal to 0, then this particular thing will be done. Okay, if this number is not equal to 0, then we will do this particular thing. We will do the division with number 1 divided by number 2. Otherwise, what we will do, if the number is 0, then we need to have here a else. And what we will do in this case, we will just print here a message cout, and let's say error, division by 0 is not allowed, is what we can print here. Now if I save this code and try to run it, so let's say I selected here a division, enter first number 12, enter second number 0, then we are getting the message as error, division by 0 is not allowed. So in this way you can add the condition. Also you can do some decoration for this code. So basically some cout statements you can add. Let me copy that things from our demo only. What I need to do, I need to print this whenever the it start, we will get this message here, simple calculator. So let me add this here. So this will print simple console calculator. If I run this code now, so see, we are getting this message here, simple console calculator. So we are done with this video. What you can do is, you can add a modulus operator also. So you can add one more operator here, modulus operator, and then you need to add one more case here, which will be the fifth case, and which will have the logic for the modulus operator. So modulus operator will give the remainder of number 1 divided by number 2. So you can do that and let me know in the comments if you were able to do that. So that's it in this video. Thank you for watching.